Hi y'all. I'm back to the tiny house because today's the big day we're actually going to move it. I'm nervous. I'm scared. I know that my tiny house is on wheels, but of course, as you know, it was designed to kind of sit on my property full time. So I'm a little bit nervous about how this is going to turn out. What I've done to prepare for it for the inside, obviously, is to take down a lot of the wall art and some of the glasses that were on display. So I'll give you a little tour and show you what it looks like real quick. Just gonna give you a quick overview of some of the preparations we've done on the inside. As you can see, you recognize my kitchen. You'll see we have a ratchet strap on the refrigerator now. The refrigerator is secured to the back wall, but this was to keep the freezer drawer and the doors from opening while in transit. Also, the oven is secured to the wall as well, so that it can't slide out and roll onto the floor in transit. Many of the items, like the knife block and things like that were on the kitchen counter, are now secured in the sink. We've also put rods and boards through all of the doors in the hopes that they do not open while we're driving. That used to be my two shelves where my breakable glass and plates and things like that were. So I have secured them in the restroom, which I will show you shortly. In my living room, I decided to use my couch as a way to protect my artwork. So this is the artwork that was previously hanging on this wall right here. Again, I've stuffed it between the couch cushions. In here, that's pretty much it. All of the big items that were up here as well have been secured elsewhere. When you come on down the hall into the restroom, you'll notice I have a tension rod here. Yes, they were designed for curtains, but I figured I would use this to hold my pocket door open and keep it from slamming. And I also did the same thing with my two closet doors inside. When you look in the restroom, you'll see there are the boxes in the bathtub of my breakable belongings. Many of them have been wrapped in bubble wrap to protect them. And again, since they're secured in the bathtub, at least I know they won't be sliding anywhere. We have also taped the mirror and put a line across it in the hopes that it will keep my medicine cabinet from opening while in transit. The last thing, oh, well look, there's our builder, Ricky. The last thing I have to show you is upstairs. Again, you can see the tension rods in the curtain. No, not in the curtain rod holding the closet doors closed. We've done the same thing there. We've removed the shelf, all of the vanity mirror. Those are all placed up here on my bed because they're heavy enough, and we've wrapped them and put pillows on them in the hopes that they don't slide anywhere. Well, that's the preparations I made. I've never done this before, so I hope it's enough. I hope I don't break things, but I guess we'll find out. So come along with me and I will hopefully photo document the process. We are only moving the tiny house about 3 miles, but still, you never know. It is built to code at 8.5 feet wide, 28 feet long, and 13 feet 6 inches tall. But there are a lot of power lines that kind of lag down a little bit along the way. And so I'm a little nervous. I am hoping to not knock the power out of my whole lovely little downtown Sylva, North Carolina area. I'll let you know. Thanks. We do know that this cable, don't worry, it is not a live electrical. It is a cable for like cable television. So Ricky has got his trusty ladder, and we're gonna lift the cable if we have to. We think this is the only spot we have to do that on. We are on Ricky's private drive in his neighborhood. So we shall see. Oh, and here we go. All right. Here comes the tiny house. And there goes the tiny house. and my front door is open. Well, I'm very happy to report that the move went perfectly. Well, almost perfectly. Nothing broke. I will tell you, I learned a very valuable lesson. As you saw in the video, my door swung open. And I'll tell you, before we took off from the job site, Ricky said, we need to take off one of your screens on the windows because as we move it, the door could come out of square and get jammed. And this way, if we unlock a window and remove a screen, we'll still be able to get in. I thought that was genius because I got to tell you, I wouldn't have thought of that. So we did that. The problem was I locked the door, but I didn't lock the deadbolt. So while it was in transit, the door actually opened. So for those of you that might want to know that, always lock the deadbolt. Otherwise, it went well, so I got nothing to complain about. However, it is not on my land yet. I am still waiting to get the well and the septic put onto my land before I'm able to actually move into the tiny house. So I will shoot a video sharing that with you soon. The other thing I wanted to share with you, when I was researching all of the information about my tiny house, I had a lot of trouble finding true hard numbers to be able to budget my tiny house appropriately. So the next video that I'm going to share is discuss each item, line item of the budget, so that any of you planning to build a tiny house will actually be able to get a better idea of what that's going to cost you. So stay tuned. That's coming up next.